From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stop.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. Now Austin. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Pickett now on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here we go. Hey, we got to go score. Let's go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, it's Mixon. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They go play action with Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Looking sideline, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off play action, Pickett. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
In what many term as a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They consider him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, Pickett. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have moved out in front. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content.
That's caught inside the 20. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter.
Here we go.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
11, 11 Thomas. 12. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack. Burrow. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. From 19 yards away. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack on first down, Pickett. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Pickett. Eluding, and he's going to go down again. Sam Hubbard, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On 2.
Mixon with a first down carry. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Here we go.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play action. It's Burrow. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
McPherson's kick is good. I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, and sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completes it to Austin. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. Oh, what a move. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming.
And this is taken in at the 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air on first down with Pickett. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Another completion there. And you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1 at It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll throw again with Pickett. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's got this to Pickens, and he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Now Pickett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett. Pickens on the slant. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Dancing to his left. Here's Johnson with a reception. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And this will be incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Second and 10, it's Pickett again.
And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right.
Try him with Pickett here on 3rd down.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Now Pickett on 4th down.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TV.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The Bengals drive about to get going. 58 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open and the connection leads to a big play.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second down and goal. Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. From 13 yards out. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Pickett now on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Pickett. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Pickett right back to the air again. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Johnson, the man in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This is caught. Touchdown. Miles Boykin, 27 yards. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. Pickett will try to throw for this. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
11 MT, Hank. 11 MT, Hank. 12, 11.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He's going to air one out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Looking to throw, Pickett. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal. So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way, maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of games before we have a fully accurate reading.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Pick it now, third and goal. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Miles Boykin, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back at 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
The 71 yards rushing here for Mixon. He's got a first down.
Burrow on play action.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. It's Austin here over the middle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Off play action, Pickett. Pickens is there on the crossing route.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
George Pickens
with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Austin. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Here's Pickett.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking to throw here, Pickett.
Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that not at all what they were hoping for. He does stop the clock, but it eats up precious time and winds up losing yardage.
12.
Now Burrow. Complete to Boyd. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Gun. Got 11. 11 Thomas. Got
To throw, Burrow.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Here we go.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
11-90. Here we go. Give me a...
Here we go with Burrow. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
It's all pretty straightforward, didn't it? No open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
One final shot for Pickett. He's got Pickens complete.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent.